Hello, and welcome to the 67th episode of From Impossible to Inevitable. I am your host, Megan Bauer. Thank you so much for pushing play on today's episode. Today, I want to chat about a very common phrase, and that phrase is missing the boat. Now, with my creative friends, this phrase has come up a lot, and it came up with one of my friends the other week who is not a creative, and she was talking about the idea of missing the boat. Now, it was probably a year or so ago, maybe even longer, that I was talking about this concept with my creative friends, and I got really frustrated. And all of a sudden, I was just like, you know what? This missing the boat, using this metaphor, assumes that we're on a dock somewhere and we've missed the boat and it's sailing off and that's it. And when we think about that, when we think about missing the boat, all I want to do when I think about that is crawl back in bed and be like, well, I missed it, so doesn't matter. Another boat's not coming along for a long time, so might as well just go back to bed. And so when I got really frustrated, I was like, wait a second. In using this metaphor, let's change it. We aren't even on a dock. In this day and age, there is so much around us, so many opportunities, so many people, so many projects, so many things that sure, there are once in a lifetime sort of opportunities, but I think that's probably fairly rare. There are tons of everyday opportunities. There are tons of everyday miracles. And if we feel like we've missed the boat already, we're just going to crawl back into bed and that will be that. However, we are not on a boat. We're not trying to get on a boat. We're not at the dock at all. We are at the subway station or the metro or the underground. We are there. We're on the platform. And if you've ever ridden a subway or been to a subway station or a metro or an underground, you know that if you missed a train, the next one isn't very far behind. Maybe it's 15 minutes, maybe it's 20 minutes, whatever, but it's not very far behind. And all you have to do is wait for it because the next train is coming. You don't want to go back home and crawl into bed because then you're just going to miss a day's worth of trains. And that's not helpful. So standing at the platform, even if you just saw the subway rush by, it just closed its doors and it just left, there's another one coming. You know that. It's not a big deal. Sure, you wanted that one, or maybe you even wanted the one before it, and that's okay. And another one's coming. So stay where you are, keep working, keep doing what you're doing. Another opportunity, another train is just about to come. And when it comes, you'll be there already and you'll be waiting for it. When it opens its doors, you'll be available to hop right on. Taking this metaphor a little bit farther, let's say you get on the boat. You didn't miss the boat at all. You got on the boat. And I'm thinking of like a big cruise ship where it's got a destination, it has a whole bunch of people on this boat, and this boat already has its manifest. This is where it's going, no matter what. You got on this boat, you are going here. Your options, if you choose to not go here anymore, are to jump off the boat and try to swim, or steal a lifeboat and try to row yourself to your destination that just decided that you want to go to. So if you are on the boat and you decide, wait a minute, I don't actually want to go here anymore. Like this doesn't even align with who I am. And I thought it was what I wanted when I got on the boat, but now I'm realizing that it's not what I want and I want to go here. You're kind of stuck with this metaphor. However, if we take this same idea, you accidentally, or maybe you get on the subway and you think, oh, I'm going to go here and this is going to be really great. And you realize that, wait, maybe I'd really rather a course redirect. Subways have so many stops. You can hop off and change direction so easily because there will be another train going to where you've realized you'd rather go, or trying something that you've realized you'd rather try. So you're less confined with this metaphor of a subway station and missing the train. Maybe you missed it by a lot, maybe you missed it by a little bit, and it doesn't matter because there's always another one coming. And should you choose to try something new or go to a different destination, you can do that without breaking the metaphor. Because yes, there are so many things we could imagine up to break the metaphor as far as missing the boat. The core of missing the boat, though, is the feeling that is attached to it. That feeling of, I missed it. I was too late. And that sucks. And now I feel this despair because I missed it. That feeling that's attached to this phrase of missing the boat is not helpful. And while you might be sad to miss a subway train, like, that sucks, but there'll be another one in 10 minutes. It's always followed up by this, oh, the next one will be here soon. And that's a bummer that now I have 10 minutes on my hands. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's like, oh, good, I've got 10 minutes. I can run to the bathroom. Or good, I've got 10 minutes. I can meditate. Or whatever it is, it feels like you can fill up a little bit of that time with a task that maybe you wouldn't have squeezed in before. But missing the boat feels like despair. It feels like, well, I've missed it. And that's it. That's it for me. I've missed it. When you haven't, that's not how this works. It works so much more like a subway station or a metro or an underground. The next train is coming. It's always coming. And in those busy cities where the metro doesn't stop or the subway doesn't stop, it runs all night. That's amazing. I mean, here in Salt Lake, it's called the, no, I can't remember what it's called. It's called the tracks. That's what it's called here. If you miss the last train, that does suck because you got to wait till morning. But still, you're only looking at, maybe 6 hours, 7 hours. You still haven't missed a boat. Seems so much heavier. I don't know why it's called the tracks. Well, maybe because it's not underground, it's above ground. Anyways, doesn't matter. That is one aspect of big cities that I love. I love the subway. I love riding the metro. I love the underground, especially, of course. I love that way of traveling. It's super fun. Even if you're talking about across the country trains, those seem far more often than a boat. So if you feel like you're missing the boat or you have missed the boat, take some time to reframe this. Take some time to reframe it in your head of like, I'm sure I missed that one very specific thing at that one very specific time, But there are so many other things that are happening. And maybe it's a good thing that I missed that one very specific thing, because now I'm open for something else. I'm open for something that I didn't even know was going to come along. And maybe it's good that I missed the boat, because now I can go down to the subway and see what's going on down there, see what the destinations are down there. And maybe one of those will align better with what I want to do and where I want to go and who I want to be. So that's the conversation I have for you today. This whole idea of taking that phrase of missing the boat and its accompanying despair out of what you're feeling, because there's always opportunities around. There are always things you can do. Sure, you might have missed that one very specific thing. There are so many others, and they might even be better. You don't even know. You don't even know. So try that on, see how it feels, and I will see you next week. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful day. Until next time, bye for now.